Hey, this is Chef Perry with HotMeals.com. I am the author of three La Caja China Cookbooks: La Caja China Cooking, La Caja China World, and La Caja China Smoke, all three of which are available on Amazon.com. Today, myself and my barbecue partners, Terry Ramsey and Chris Renner, are going to show you how we prepare a pig in a La Caja China. So we start out with our fresh pig. We're going to go ahead and unwrap him. First thing we need to do is split that hip bone so that we can spread them out in the La Caja China frames. We found that a great way to do this, a very simple way, is just with a hatchet and a hammer. A couple of whacks every few inches up that spine is going to split it quite nicely. It's a little difficult to get the saw in there sometimes, can be a little ungainly in that position, so we found you just find somebody who trusts you enough to put their fingers close there and put a little pressure on that rib cage, pulling it out, while the other guy whacks it with that hammer. It's going to spread that perfectly. You're going to be able to fit it right into that frame, no problem. So some folks like to leave the head on, some like to take it off. We usually leave it up to our clients how they want it presented. If they don't want the head on or they don't care, typically we'll cut the head off. We'll keep it to make head cheese or to use it for stocks or broths, things like that. There's some great meat up around that neck, some great meat on the cheeks. We want to save that. We certainly don't want to waste it. Some very, very good eating on the head. So go ahead and save that. There's a multitude of recipes out there you can find to cook that up. Or give me a call and I'll come and get it because I love them. So now we spread our pig out on the Caja China frame. You can see it's nice and splayed open. It's going to fit in there quite nicely. We're going to use an injection brine that's basically apple juice, salt, pepper, a little Worcestershire. You can find that recipe on our website at www.hotmeals.com. Just go ahead and search pig roast and it should bring up the post that goes along with this video. So you can see we're going to inject it pretty heavy. We want to use the full amount of the injection in the recipe. We're going to get both hams, both shoulders. We're going to try to get a little bit into the belly meat there. Definitely want to pump some into the tenderloins as well. And just get a lot of flavor. If you have time, this is a great thing to do the night before. It gives a little more time for that flavor to work itself into the meat. If not, though, you can do it right before roasting, and that's fine too. Go ahead and give it a good heavy dose of salt. Be very liberal with it. We've never over-salted a pig. As you can see, we put a lot on. We really want to get some flavor into that meat, draw some of the moisture out, and then have it pulled back in with the salt. A good heavy dose of pepper is nice as well. And then I like to throw on a little bit of smoked paprika. It's a very nice ingredient. It adds a little more smoky flavor, a hint of heat to it, adds a beautiful mahogany color as the pig cooks. It's just a very nice touch, adds another element of flavor to it. So then, of course, we're going to put the top racks back on. For these little 45 or 50 pound pigs, those S-hooks work great. Usually don't have any problem fitting. When you get up into the 100-pound range, it can be a little tight. Those hams get pretty big. So I always keep a roll of baling wire in my toolkit that I take along with me. So if I can't quite get the S-hooks, I can just baling wire it, and that works really well too. As you can see, they snap right on here with the smaller pigs and work quite nicely. We like to put a couple of pans on top of our drip pan. It can be a little hard to get that drip pan out with all the juice in it after the pigs cook, so we put those drip pans in there to catch the broth because we want to save it because it's just liquid gold. You want to use it to mix back into your meat. It's a beautiful thing. You can throw some apples, some onions, some garlic, some oranges, whatever flavoring agents you want down into those pans. It's going to steam some more flavor into that pig, and it's going to create a beautiful additional flavor in your broth as well. Or you can just leave it plain and maybe put a little water in it, whatever, and it's going to come out very nice. You can start out between 10 and 12 pounds of charcoal here. We like to do it in 2 even piles, one towards the head, one towards the tail, because again we want most of our heat over the hams and over the shoulders because those are the thickest parts of the meat. Chef Chris is going to rub a couple sticks together here and start our fire the old-fashioned way. And we'll just get those flames going there real nice. Just get them going. The torch gets them going nice and quick. After about a half an hour, 20 minutes, we're going to spread those coals out again. We're going to not try to spread them even. We're going to keep the majority of them towards the hams and towards the shoulders because that's where we want the most of our heat because that's the thickest parts of the meat. The belly meat on these little pigs is pretty thin. After an hour, we're going to add another 8 to 10 pounds of coals and get those on there even. An hour after that, we're going to go ahead and give them a shake. We want to get all of those ashes off. That ash is a real insulator. Just even a 1/4 inch of ash will cut the heat down inside of your box significantly. So you really want to get those ashes off. Now, I don't like to take the lid off to dump my ashes. I've worked really hard to get all that beautiful heat in there. I don't want to lose it. So I went to Home Depot and I got myself a big aluminum scoop, and I think that's a drywall mud spreader. And they work great as long as they're metal. And I have a little dump pan here. We dump it in. Then we don't have to take that lid off. We're not going to lose a bunch of heat. We're not going to spend the next half hour working our heat back up to where it was. Really, when you want to get that pig to the pulling consistency, that southern style pig that we're going to be doing today, you want to keep all the heat in as long as you can. Anytime you pull that heat off, you're losing time. We're going to clean that off pretty good there. Put our coals back on. Add a few more coals to that, and let it cook another hour. And it should be just about time to flip. Again, the exact instructions will be on our website at hotmeals.com. Search pig roast, and you'll see the exact step-by-step by the hour, tell you exactly what to do it. So here we're at the flipping stage. Now again, because we have those pans in there, we can't do that really cool slide and flip that Roberto created these frames to do. Unfortunately, we missed that step, but we do get to save that broth, so it's still a win-win. We're going to pour that off. Try to aim for your pans. You don't want to lose any of that juice. And then you can see it's real simple with two guys. You're just going to go ahead and grab it and flip it over. Fit your pig back down in there, and it's time to go ahead and crisp up that skin. This is what it looks like before. Now, Chef Chris is going to go in there and he's going to score that, do a little X inside each little metal square. The reason you're doing that is you want to cook off some of the additional fat that's underneath that skin, get some of that moisture out. If you retain that moisture in there, that skin's not going to crisp up. It's not going to blister and turn into those beautiful chicharrones that you really want. You want to break those up and put them into your pulled pork. They add a beautiful element, or you just want to keep them for yourself and not tell your customer about them. We're going to go ahead and give a good heavy salting here as well. Again, that's going to help pull out the moisture and help that skin crisp up really nicely. For this I use a fine sea salt. When I'm salting the other side of the pig, I usually use a coarse sea salt. So now we put our coals back on. Probably 30 to 45 minutes. That gives you some time to sharpen your knives for cutting, to take a look at the other dishes that you're preparing for your meal. Then you're going to come back, and depending on how long, you should see something like this. Beautiful crispy skin. You'll notice if one end tends to be a little crispier than the other, it means you got more heat coming off. Easy way to deal with that is just go ahead and rotate your lid, put it back on. That gets the hotter coals over the area where you need it. At that point, I'd start checking it probably every 15 minutes or so. This is the point where it starts smelling good. You start getting that crowd gathering. You start having to fight them off with a stick. I like to let that pig rest at least a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. It's going to be too hot to even start thinking about pulling until then. And once you do, you can see this is about 45 minutes here. We're going to pull this off, and you're going to see the steam still coming up from under that skin. It's plenty hot. So you don't have to worry about it getting cold on you. I'm going to pull that skin off. See, it just pulls right off in one easy piece. It's because you've melted that fat out from underneath it. I want it a little crispier. If it's not quite crispy to my liking, we go ahead and put it over the coals and just keep cooking it a little bit more. We'll go ahead and flip that every few minutes. We don't want to burn it. We want to keep flipping it until it blisters up and gets crispy, and you'll know when. It's going to be this glass-shattering, crispy skin when it's done. It's a beautiful thing. You can see here that with this method, the meat just literally falls off the bone. You know, Chef Chris is just pulling it off like that. I think he's going to take a shoulder off or a ham off for us here in a second. You'll see how easy. He's not even going to use the knife. It's just going to, that leg's just going to pull right off. He's going to start it there, and it just comes right off the pig. Now, what I like to do is I like to pull the meat off in the major pieces like this, get it into my pans with that broth. That's the broth from the bottom of our pans, from the bottom of the Caja China while we were cooking. We pulled those pans out. And you want to be careful not to drop it, or it'll splash you with hot broth. And that meat will just pull right off of there in big chunks. And we'll get all that meat off, and then we'll move it over and we'll start chopping it up. And you can pull it as well. It's really a matter of personal preference at this point how you prepare it. We like to chop it. What we tend to do is we tend to put a coarse chop on it. We'll throw it in the pans. We'll get those big rubberized gloves back on. Again, I think you can find those on Amazon.com. And then we get in there with those cubes, and they just shred apart really easy with those gloves. Now your crowd's here, they're waiting, they're ready to eat, and you've got a great pig for them. So we wish you the best of luck. Have a great pig roast from all of us at hotmeals.com.